What is happening, everybody? My name is John Denton. Thank you for joining me on another video. It's crazy times out there at the moment. I'm sure so many of you, if you're watching this as it drops, have been stuck in quarantine, stuck in isolation. Just hope everybody is obeying the rules, doing what's right for the general population, and just generally trying to keep spirits up. Now, music is keeping our spirits up because not only did Abel drop on Friday, but out of nowhere, not really out of nowhere because he did his thing on his website, but Donald Glover, Childish Gambino dropped as well on the Sunday. I needed to get to it as quickly as possible. White cover art. Been a little bit pretentious there, Donald, but I'll let you off because you're the man. If you're new, please subscribe. I want to see if we can get 4K likes on this video. It's a new Childish Gambino album. Come on, let's go. We're already over 10K likes on that weekend video. Start hitting that like button straight away and make sure you're following me, Twitter and Instagram as well. That should be sliding up across the bottom. And of course, there's a Patreon link as well if you want to support this journey and its extra Patreon exclusive album reactions over there. Let's do this thing, guys. I'm excited. Very Black Panther so far, like the song with Kendrick in the Weekend. Very unusual track. I like it. I like the pace of it, and I like the rhythm of it. Definitely, the hook or chorus, as you want to call it here, has got the Michael Jackson feel. Whereas, I mean, there's almost elements of Pet Shop Boys, and this is going back and showing my British heritage there in terms of how this sounds with the almost spoken word sections there. I mean, you know, when you come to this channel, you're getting a reaction, not an overreaction. So this is me just trying to figure this song out rather than just going nuts. Okay. I hadn't heard it when he did the stream on the website, obviously, but I'd heard that there's a track with Ariana and a track with 21 Savage, so I'm assuming this is the one with Ariana. I like that he's trying different things with electronic music in a similar way to how Abel has in his last album, trying to do interesting things with electronic music while remaining within a pop sound. I'll talk more about Abel's album in my review coming up very soon, may already be on the channel by the time you end up watching this video. But it sounds like Donald is going in a similar direction, not necessarily musically. This is less synth-led. It certainly doesn't sound very 80s. But again, just trying different things, trying to see what works. I'm interested. This is going to be an interesting album to react to, especially with the name, the artwork, everything like that, the track name. Yeah, a lot going on in that track. Difficult to react to in a traditional sense. Felt a bit overblown in parts. It's definitely one that I'm going to have to listen to multiple times and really try and get my head around. It sounded perfectly pleasant. I don't want to say anything bad about the song. Ariana sounded great. Donald sounded great. Instrumentation sounded great. But for a second track on an album, it's quite a statement. Felt like something that would normally appear towards the end of an album. My first impression was it was a little bit overblown, a little bit overlong. But again, one to unpack. It's not that there's some bias to unpack. It's not like there's some big obvious drop or massive swell of instrumentation or something to get that immediate reaction to, and that's fine. I mean, when you produce an album where the front cover is completely white and everything's just a date or a timestamp, you're probably not expecting a record that's going to be that immediate.
Someone made a mess of my cone. Sound like me, yes. Someone bought a paddock in a panic, yes, yes. You can say the snow.
Ooh.
You smell like a peach papaya. Better not be no Molly. She just laughed and closed the door. Who you telling, girl? I know that. Tracy Ellis with it when you throw back. Other girls let their shady show. Every time we walk around, they say, how she gonna hold him down? No, they miss me. Goddamn, man, this girl gone crazy on my Motorola. She said, let me answer it. Then she'll know it's over.
Voice sounding ridiculous on this track, absolutely ridiculous. Again, with not even any names of these tracks, it's hard to even try and unbake the concepts in these songs, and just they're musically complex, they're interesting, they're unusual, they are I mean, they're certainly jazz inspired in terms of how they're not necessarily traditionally structured. Obviously, you've got a 6-minute song, a 6.5-minute song, there's an 8-minute song, and another 6-minute song. This feels like puzzles to solve while sounding musically very pleasant, but there's nothing obviously really hitting me yet. But I remember the first time I heard Awaken My Love, and nothing massively hit me apart from some of the high notes first time, but on repeated listens, I do really, really enjoy that record. So it's reminding me of that while not necessarily sounding like that at the moment.
Booty south, gold mouth, hold up. Yes, I'm from the dirty south, lights out. Summertime, I brought the ice out, pipes out. All my shooters came from Moscow.
21 Savage is a way of making whatever beat he's on sounds like it belongs to him, rather than him necessarily needing to match to the beat. He's not necessarily changing his flow here, but he always sounds good on whatever he sounds like. He always sounds confident, he always sounds composed, and there's a lot to be said for that. This is, yeah, I'm actually really fucking with this track.
And I did it, I'm fat. Talking about your brother to get some pussy, that's whack.
Okay. Right. Lovely transition. Before we go into this track, 1910, like, shout out to that last track. It was actually amazing by the end of it. So much going on there. This 21 Savage verse, the breakdown at the end. Again, these are like multiple tracks squeezed into one. All sorts of things going on. Definitely jazzy in terms of structure, and not necessarily jazzy in terms of sound. But we picked up the tempo on this one. Funk is the word. Funk is the word. The bass is going for a walk on this track. But again, there's unusual stuff going on with the electronic elements as well. It's not like this is just being played by a live band. There's some stuff going on with Donald's voice as well, still sounding amazing. Yeah, liking this track. So many instruments going on. There's like a faint steel drum coming into the background now. The synths and everything like that. The percussion, the bass, the guitar, the vocals. So much going on this track. Woo! Oh, this one. mean, it's not Redbone, but it's not far off. This one is a real one, and it's 8 minutes long, so where are we going by the end of it? Guys, if I had my fucking sunglasses, wherever the hell they are, I think I've lost them. And we're in quarantine, self-isolation, and all this shit. I can't fucking even go to the place where I think that I left them, the gym. So they may just be gone. Pray for my glasses. This would be a glasses moment. This would be a glasses moment. I can't put my wife's glasses on again. If you saw the weekend video, it looked too silly in the edit. Come on. What is happening on this album? I mean, how have we come to this craziness? Straight off that beautiful 8 minute soul, jazzy, gentle number, beautiful number, straight to this. That's what I love about Childish Gambino. You just don't know what you're going to get next. It's interesting because it sounds like something from New Despicable Me movie, but lyrically I'm sure he was talking about somebody expecting 3 years and getting life inside or something like that. So yeah, again, another one to unpack. Very, very strong contradiction, very strong juxtaposition between the music and the lyrics. I'll keep an ear out. Okay. Album is nuts, dude. Nuts.
Why go to the party? Why go to the party? Why go to the party at all? Ever see a day that isn't towards the sun? You'll take what you're given. Some wait every day for the call. Why go to the party? Why go to the party? Why go to the party?
A Queen song? In the Childish Gambino album out of nowhere, all those harmonies? And now this little soliloquy with the piano?
Without you here.
Fucking nuts. Great song.
On a day like this, that heat, it feel like summer. This that heat, I feel like summer.
Such a great song. Heard it so many times. Love the video as well, with all the little cartoons and everything like that that were released was probably a couple of years ago now, getting on for something like that. Probably not quite that long. Over a year ago though. Great song. Bass on this album, man. Interesting one, this. Very repetitive, but smooth again, and just another one of those tracks that I'm assuming will hit more on repeated listens. And I know I'm repeating myself saying that, but you know, it just is what it is.
I do love myself.
Does Mommy love herself?
Absolutely.
Mom!
What's good? Gator coming straight out the hood. I'm just trying to put the spirit in your easy boost. Lie. Amber colored lotus flowers when I touch the sky. I ain't even high. There is love in every moment under the sun. My beard long, damn I look like Jesus. And my shirt is off. Ooh, I feel like Taylor. On my mama for you sitting. There is love in every moment under the sun.
What a track this is. Going off vocally on this track, and the beat instrumentation is killer. But I love the message as well. I love it when his kids are talking at the end of the previous track, and then just a message of this one. Important right now, I think.
There is love in every moment under the sun. You do what you wanna do. Looking in the mirror, what you gon' say? When your money getting long, but you know you doing wrong, what you gon' say? Not alone.
Ridiculous. Jesus. My goodness, what a track that was. I have a feeling that album was brilliant, and it's hard to tell from first listen because, like I said throughout, there's just too much to unpack. Like that last track, really immediate, so you know that one's great. But maybe that last track won't stand the test of time in the same way that some of the others won't. Normally, now I'll go down the track list and be like, this song. They've all got very, very difficult names to remember. They're just timestamps apart from algorithm and time. So I can't remember which one was which. I did like the track with 21 Savage. I did like, there was that longer, smoother joint, the 8-minute one. I think it's called 2419. It's all kind of melded into one. There was that weird breakdown in the middle that was just really heavy electronic instrumentation. That last track was fire. I really, really do think that was quite a special record, but I need to give it more time. I absolutely need to give it more time, which is why there will be a review video coming later in a few days, whenever it comes. That's basically how things are going to happen on this channel now for these big albums. You're going to get a reaction and then a review later, and I'll figure out if it works in terms of the channel. You know, you've got to try these things. But ultimately, yeah, I think the fact that Childish Gambino has come back with music like this after this long, after almost sort of retiring from music, or so we thought, really is quite amazing. You know, I think this is even an evolution over Awaken My Love. I think his voice has got better. I think his confidence has got better, which is crazy. I mean, to think of that man's confidence could get any higher. No arrogance, just confidence and self-belief. One of the greatest artists that we have in the Western world at the moment, just in terms of, you know, acting. The ultimate polymath, isn't he? He can do everything, and he's just seemingly getting better at everything. Roll on the next seasons of Atlanta, roll on any more music that might be coming, roll on anything, stand up, anything that may be coming from the man. Fantastic, very excited to go back and listen to it through again. Make sure you're looking out for the review video as well. Make sure you subscribed. I want to get at least 4K likes on this video, so let's get those likes coming in as well. There is a Patreon as well if you want to support this journey in tumultuous times, and I understand it's like that for everybody, but if you go and click on the link, you'll see Patreon exclusive album reactions on there, as well as uncut reactions to individual songs when I have to cut them up for YouTube, but not for full albums. And guys, that's about it from me. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much. Stay safe out there. Love you all. Alright, peace.